because I really want to explain like the road that, like, remember I was talking about this before. Remember during the 80s we had all the most powerful Michaels, and we'll never have that time again because we're in a time now where the Masons are weakening. You know what I'm saying? But remember during the 80s you had Jordan, you had Michael Jackson, you had Mike Tyson, and you've had Michael J. Fox. A lot of these people, these high level Michaels. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really going to break this down because remember, as it's written in Daniel 12, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble such as never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book of life. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get real deep into this because this is prophecy. Because we got to understand how this stuff works. When you understand like how this physical world works, as we know, as it's written in scripture, that in whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of the people, which is believeth not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Yahushua, who is the image of God, shall shine unto them. So the God of this world, as we know, is Satan. You know what I mean? And when you understand how this stuff works, like I was breaking it down about the Michael, when you understand Michael Jackson is obviously the most powerful, like the main piece behind the Queen of England. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is a high tier, like the most famous man of modern history. Like there's no one more famous than Michael Jackson, no one more talented, like all around from young to old. You know what I'm saying? And when you understand this, how the spirit represents us, we know how the spirit works. The spirits, obviously, as it's written that they, the word was made flesh. This is talking about the Messiah, but I'm just saying like the whole theme of like the spirit coming into the physical world has to manifest as flesh. And I'm gonna do a deep breakdown on him. Like I said, I'm gonna get into the next chapter on him and Prince. I'm gonna break that down. You know what I mean? And when you understand this right here, this is very serious because when you know about Michael Jackson, remember he was born in Gary, Indiana. I'm gonna break that down how significant Indiana is and what it represents. And when you understand that, how he's he was born in St. Mary, man, Mercy Hospital out in Gary, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? It's right on Lake Park Avenue, hint the lake, hint the living waters. So I'm capitalize on this. Let me delve into this. And those who remember Michael Jackson, obviously, remember Michael Jackson was what? He was the knight. Remember that. And when you understand how this stuff works, when you understand the chess pieces, each side of the chess piece gets 16, chess pieces. And when you understand what 16 represents like the battle to obtain material power. So hint the whole thing with a battle between heaven and hell, to obtain the earth, everything coming into fruition, the new kingdom. You feel where I'm going? So when you understand the knight, hint the knight, obviously the knight, what does it do? It capture the enemy's pieces, you know what I mean? Replacing them on their square, so it like takes over their territory. You get what I'm saying? And what does it do? It uses the L shape. It moves like in an L. And, the knights can jump over and things of that nature. That's why Michael Jackson was the most powerful, entertainer, in modern history, man. It's just no one higher than him. So you look at it, obviously with the L-shaped movement that the knight utilizes, which is very serious because when you understand this stuff is real deep because obviously, the chess pieces, what does it has? It has the white and the black. Hint the power of darkness and the power of light going to battle to, like I said, to obtain the earth, to obtain the board. This, you know what I mean? The whole chessboard, which represents nothing but the earth. So you see how you got the L-shaped movement of the knight. And what's so serious about that? Because when you understand the L, let me pull it up right quick.